Hey guys, today we're gonna do a video, and like a video, so like, yeah, we're just gonna do a video.
Hey! What are you doing?
Oh god.
What do you think you're doing? Hey! I was supposed to be doing this video. This channel is finally getting traction, and you're showing up now?
Like, yeah? So, hi guys. This is my new Sona. I know you like the other ones. No! Okay, I explain it in caveman, okay?
Hey.
Me, Sona. Sona pretty good, you know, Sona kind of nice. Sona, me? Me not know about that. Sona, I be drawing. Sona turned into OC. OC no longer me. Sona OC. Sona not me.
Okay.
Need I say more? New Sona me, nothing like OC. Yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, here's the video. I know you've been waiting. Okay. Hi, hello. It's Cloudyfish, and yeah, the video, throwing a video at you. Bam! In this video, I'm going to play some Speedpaints while I read this wonderful book that I've been meaning to read for a while. This video is just intended to be background noise, a much chiller video today. I've been really wanting to read about jellyfish, and I have a ton of fish-themed Speedpaints, so why not make a video out of it? I know this is kind of a less exciting video to publish after a while of me being gone. I don't want to make a video saying like, oh, so where I've been, just because I don't think people care enough for that, but nonetheless, I'm here with a video. I'm going to be reading Shapeshifters, The Wonderful World of Jellyfish by Lisa Ann Gershwin. I'm gonna cherry pick some pages, low-key, just because this is just like a... Okay, I hear the vacuum. I'm gonna be cherry picking the pages just because we're not following an actual story, and it's just fact-based about different species. Let's like frickin' begin, yo. Damn, bless you. Jellyfish come in a dazzling array of colors, shapes, and sizes, drifting through every ocean, from the surface to the deepest of the deep seas, and are even found in freshwater locations. These ancient creatures, also called jellies, they are not technically fish, are so otherworldly and luminous. It is no wonder that they are often compared to mythical shapeshifters. Some are so delicate that they shatter with the smallest disturbance to the water, while the tenacity of others means that they can withstand almost any temperature, any salinity, and even starvation. Some are truly biologically immortal. Academic and amateur study of natural history has been dominated by charismatic megafauna, that is, creatures with fur, feathers, plus frogs. Jellyfish have been virtually ignored for hundreds of years. However, they are now enjoying something of a renaissance. This, one may argue, is because jellyfish have become so bothersome that they are demanding our attention. Increasingly, many people are noticing larger blooms of jellyfish in areas impacted by humans. Overfishing, pollution, climate change, and many other types of disturbance to coastal habitats are stimulating some species of jellyfish to bloom into superabundances, where they wreak unimaginable havoc. With this attention on jellyfish problems and opportunities, their fascinating biology and ecology are receiving more interest too. People want to understand these mysterious alien beings. One of their least told secrets is how these living fossils have survived more than 500,000 years of Earth's ever-changing history. Millions of other species have evolved and become extinct. Some have grown legs or bones or feathers or walked on land or learned to fly, but jellyfish haven't changed. They never needed to. What they do and how they do it works. They are so adaptable and so perfectly suited to changing environments that they have outlived 99% of the species that have ever existed, and they still thrive. In the pages that follow, we take a deep dive into the wondrous world of jellyfish to explore these timeless organisms that are beautiful and deadly in equal measure. Some splendid, some strange, some poisonous, some with surprising secrets, and some barely known, but all amazing in their own way. Crowned jellyfish, also known as Nestrostoma cerulensis. Among the most delightful of all jellyfish are those in the breathtakingly beautiful genus Nestrostoma. This group is characterized by a bowl-like indentation in the center of the bell, with the central hump bearing one or more knobs or a finger-like papillae. Species are distinguished according to the number and arrangement of the projections and by their body coloration, which ranges from shades of blue to pinks and purples. But as with so many jellies, one cannot decouple the beauty from the beast. Along the coastlines of India, Nestrostoma cerulensis is one of half a dozen species of jellies that take turns blooming throughout the year, creating an ongoing health and socio-economic hazard for people and industries. We can get a good idea of the crown jellyfish's size, as it indicates that the bell diameter goes up to 8 inches, which is 20 centimeters. The purple compass jelly, also known as the Chrysiora africana. The purple compass jelly, like other members of the Chrysiora genus, is showy and resplendent at first glance. Gracefully flowing in purple, don't be fooled. This species is a pest, and how they came to be is a stern warning to all. Fisheries in the Benguela Current in the South Atlantic Ocean were overexploited for decades, leaving food and other resources for opportunities. By the 1990s, jellyfish numbers had ballooned enormously, creating a stingy, slimy killing field impacting over 30,000 square miles or 78,000 square kilometers. The seabed here is a dead zone, where dead and dying jellyfish and plankton rot, creating a low oxygen zone where nothing else can survive. Fish have vanished, fisheries have crashed. The whole ecosystem is now dominated by jellyfish and showing no signs of recovery. The bell diameter of purple compass jellies can grow to 12 inches, which is 30 centimeters. Now I know those are a little dark, but I do promise that the other descriptions hopefully are a little more digestible. Okay, this one's a fun one. The Jimble, also known as the Charybdia rastonii. The jumble is a common type of box jellyfish found along southern Australian coastlines. It is one of the mildest of the box jellies, delivering a sharply painful sting to the skin, but unlike some of its cousins, it does not appear to potentially have lethal properties. Its swarms, however, cause a great commotion leading up to 2000 Sydney Olympics, threatening to derail the trailathon events. When it's not terrorizing Olympic organizers, the Jimble uses its keen eyesight to swim in the vertically oblique patterns above the interface between sand and algae beds, hunting for food. Curiously, it is one of the few jellyfish that is more common in the winter than in warmer conditions of summer. Its bell height can grow to 1 1/4 inches or 3 centimeters. Jimble's an awesome freaking name, yo. I wanna know the guy who made that. Speaking of funny names, Bitey Whitey, also known as Lagoon Smithy, or just blubber jellyfish. I think that's just what it was called. Blubber jellies in general tend to have massive blubbery bodies and thick, solid oral arms with no tentacles. However, the Lagoon Smithy is a bit of an outlier in these respects. Uniquely, in the L. Smithy, the margin of the bell is drawn out into false tentacle-like extensions. Its body is massive, but more flat than thick, and densely covered in long papillae. Its oral arms are quite lacy or feathery, and often infested with brittle stars, snatching a free ride and feeding as they go. When these hitchhikers become too big or numerous, they weigh the jelly down, enabling them to disembark at their new location. L. Smithy has a nasty sting, and several human fatalities have been blamed on this jellyfish. The size of their bell diameter is 2 feet or 1 meter. The four-leaf jelly, also known as the Liriope tetraphylla. This delightful umbrella-shaped medusa makes its home in the open ocean, although it occasionally pushes ashore by winds and storms. Yes! For this reason, the Liriope tetraphylla is considered an indicator species of an offshore water mass. The long journey it undertakes to arrive at accessible coastlines belies its delicate nature. The bell is an almost perfect hemispherical bowl, its sides housing the broad, leaf-shaped reproductive organs. The dangly bit in the middle is a solid gelatinous structure called the peduncle, similar to a museum plinth holding a precious artifact, but in this case it bears the creature's tiny stomach and ruffly mouth at the very end. Its 4 long and 4 short tentacles simply enhance its beauty, and the bell diameter can grow to 1 1/4 inches or 3 centimeters as well. If you've enjoyed this video so far, maybe consider dropping a like and a comment. I'm trying to experiment with things I do for this channel and playing around with my interests and applying them to this channel. If you like this type of content, maybe even consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, dap me up! Back to reading about jellyfish. Now for the sea tomato, also known as the Crumbion mastigophora. The soul-achingly rugged coastlines of Western Australia evoke solitude, contemplation, and serenity. But these seemingly pristine vistas also harbor many secrets. One is the amazing abundance of sea tomatoes. Occasionally, and increasingly in recent years, the coastlines are inundated with these blood-red jellyfish, in such quantities that they are said to scare away the whale sharks that come there to feed. And when these blooms wash ashore and blanket the sand so thickly that it looks like a red carpet, birds and turtles fail to nest. The reason for these blooms is unknown, but it is thought to be the result of decades of intense trawling, which leaves the seabed vulnerable to opportunists like jellyfish. The bell diameter of sea tomatoes can grow to 10 inches or 25 centimeters. For the segment,
the giant bell jelly, Scripsia pacifica. As a rule, Medusae in the Cnidarian class Hydrosa are typically small and colorless and easy to overlook. Scripsia pacifica thumbs its tentacles at those rules. Yo. Being large and flamboyant, it is impossible to miss. Unlike many jellyfish species, it is with few historical studies of its ecology.
Ecology.
Its vanishing is a mystery. This vanished?
Yeah.
Maybe it cannot tolerate warming water, or perhaps it is harmed by chemical changes or sedimentation in the base where it makes its home. Or perhaps its polyp stage is commensal with another species, which has been fished out, polluted out, or just died out. Regardless, the world will be a little less delightful. I don't care. When the last Scripsia lays to rest. Size, bella height, to 4 inches or 100 centimeters.
That's 10 centimeters.
Don't care.
The blue button, also known as the porpita porpita.
The blue button, like its close cousin the by-the-wind sailor, is a floating pulp colony. Both have a lightweight, air-filled shell made out of chitin, which keeps them pinned to a surface as they travel the seas. Both have a forest of pulps attached to the underside, which releases tiny, short-lived medusae. Whereas the by-the-wind sailor has a perpendicular sail, the blue button lacks any such projection, having only a small, round, chambered disc. Many dozens of whimsical knotted tentacles radiate from this, skimming the underside of the air as they gather food and deter would-be predators. Their intense blue color is thought to help them camouflage from predators and possibly act as sunscreen from the ultraviolet light. These floaters can grow a diameter of 5 1/8 inch or 15 millimeters. The immortal jellyfish, also known as the Turritopsis dornii. Throughout human history and across cultures, many people have wondered what it would be like to live forever. Jellyfish in the genus Turritopsis are small and thimble-shaped, with a beautiful red stomach and a fringe of exquisite thread-fine tentacles. Several species, including T. dornii in Italy's Adriatic Sea, are more than just pretty. They are truly biologically immortal. When the jellyfish dies, its cell reform into a larval state and come back to life, able to bud off many more baby jellies. The genetics underlying this miraculous process are not fully understood. In most species, genes are programmed to age and die, but these immortal species, they continue seemingly in an endless loop. The bell height can grow to 3 1/8 inch or 1 centimeter.
Cyanea lamarckii. Cyanea malarkii. Okay.
The Bluefire Jelly, also known as the Cyanea lamarckii. The Bluefire Jelly, also known as the Cyanea lamarckii.
Is that good? I think that's good.
People with a fascination for murder mysteries may wonder if these menacing blue, wild-looking jellyfish can be used as a weapon. Indeed, the legendary sleuth can be used— Indeed, the legendary sleuth Sherlock Holmes alluded to this question in the short story Adventures of the Lion's Mane. What the hell is that? But literary license aside, perhaps, all lion's mane jellies can sting. And a closely related and freakishly venomous type found in the Irish Sea delivers a sting that may be life-threatening, since victims may experience nausea, cramps, and difficulty breathing. This raises the question, what might it take, such as warmer waters or a different food source, for other lion manes, such as the common bluefire jelly, to kill?
I don't know. Doesn't say any much more than this afterwards.
The bell diameter can grow to 12 inches or 30 centimeters.
Okay.
The long, stingy, stringy thingy, also known as the Rhizophisa filiformis. The long, stingy, stringy thingy may be one of the most descriptive, accurate, and amusing names among all the given. The long, stingy, stringy thingy may be one of the most descriptive, accurate, and amusing common names ever given to an animal. And this animal is one of the most bizarre of all species in the ocean. Seriously, I looked up the species just to see if there are any more common names, but unfortunately there aren't. It is a colony comprising a spherical or oval float atop a muscular stalk, with many threads and baubles hanging from it. Rather, like a cross between a Christmas tree and a mishmash of spaghetti. It is common in the deep sea of all the world's ocean, but sometimes drifts into shallower waters, like bays and harbors, where it may be observed. But you wouldn't want to touch this jelly, for it packs a sharply painful sting. The colony length can grow up to at least 12 inches or 30 centimeters.
This thing seriously looks really funny. I'd be kind of freaked out if I saw it under the water, Loki.
Now, for the upside-down jellyfish, also known as the Cassiopeia. The upside-down jellyfish comprise a group of more than a dozen species, which are some of the most intriguing of all jellies. Native to tropical lagoons, members of the Cassiopeia genus are but humble farmers, perched on rocks and stones with the bell angled downward to give the algal symbiotes in their tissues maximal exposure to the sunlight. They pulse from time to time to propel themselves away from the still water and flood their algae with fresher, oxygenated water. They are able to swim, but most of the time they don't. Cassiopeia may look gentle, but looks can be deceiving. They release tiny packets of stinging cells into the water above, where unsuspecting divers and swimmers may be quite fiercely stung. The bell diameter can reach 14 inches or 35 centimeters. The Cassiopeia jellyfish is actually one of my favorites personally. I think that their anatomy is really interesting. Let's move on to the purple people eater, also known as the Pelagia noctiluca. Boldly embodying the fascinating, beautiful, but deadly duality of jellyfish, Pelagia noctiluca is often called the mauve stinger. It is indeed purple or mauve and also a stinger. It does not eat people. Watching its classic jellyfish-shaped pulsating bell and flowing tentacles is a mesmerizingly perfect antidote to stress. But don't be fooled, this beautiful creature is dangerous. The sting is sharply painful, and in a few notable cases, it has caused anaphylactic shock, which could prove fatal. It occurs in vast blooms, which too frequently require the closure of beaches along the French Riviera and in Spain's Costa del Sol region. It has killed millions of farm salmon in Ireland and Scotland. The bell diameter can grow 4 3/4 inches, or 12 centimeters. The moon jelly, also known as the Aurelia aurita. Moon jellies are among the most prophyllic and therefore most conspicuous of all jellyfish. Their pleasantly flattened body has a pale, ghostly whitish color, typically with 4 obvious internal rings and a fringe of hundreds of short, fine tentacles. The rings are the reproductive organs which line the stomach pouches. Rarely and intriguingly, they may have up to 8. And the moon jelly sting ranges from undetectable to a soothing, warm sensation. But this seemingly mild-mannered jellyfish is capable of unspeakable havoc. In swarm densities, it clogs the intake pipes for the cooling systems of power plants or ships, or its slime and stinging cells get into the gills of farmed salmon, killing millions within minutes. These moon jellies can grow to 12 inches or 30 centimeters. I'm actually pretty biased towards this jellyfish species. I think it's kind of overrated, but nonetheless, it is quite a beautiful species. Sea fur, also known as Obelia. High school and university students alike are often familiar with this genus because Obelia is the archetypal hydrozone used to illustrate the hydrozone life cycle, as well as the alternation of generations. Though it is an odd choice, since Obelia is in fact a highly aberrant hydrozone. That means as much to you as it does to me. Except if you're in biology, I assume. Most hydromedusae have a hemispherical body with long, flexible tentacles, but Obelia species have a stiff, flat body with short, stiff tentacles that radiate out. In fact, they don't look much like a hydromedusae at all. The pulp colonies grow in large tumbleweed-like bushes, especially common on and around aquaculture installations. Here, the medusae bloom in dense swarms and can be dangerous to fish because they sting the gills. Okay, these guys are really tiny. Their bell diameter is 1/16 of an inch or 2 millimeters. Teeny tiny. I don't know if these creatures are considered jellyfish, however, they do share being medusae, I think, which jellyfish grow out of when they're little bebes. They grow out of medusae. They actually look really interesting. The only way I can think of describing it is like a flower and the actual whole flower pops off. As a jellyfish, obviously. On the note of flowers, the flower hat jelly, or known as the Olynthius formosus. By the day, the flower hat jelly dazzles with bright pinks and bold black streaks that decorate its body, offering camouflage in its native reedy and weedy habitat. But by night, or under ultraviolet light, it becomes radiantly beautiful, with the body glowing softly blue, accentuated by an aura of luminous golden-tipped tentacles. Olynthius formosus spends its time perched on marine plants such as kelp and seagrass, occasionally relocating by means of full-body flapping. Native to Japan, it is now a common display species in public aquariums where it fulfills 2 important criteria, being both easy to raise and glorious to behold. But be wary. O. formosus delivers a painful sting that is proven to be fatal. Can't trust these freaking jellyfish, bro. The bell diameter of this species can grow to 6 inches or 15 centimeters. The ballerina stinger, also known as the Physophora hydrostatica. As the name suggests, this delightful species resembles a ballerina, with its upright body, skirt of pearlescent pink batons, and graceful tentacles hanging down. But be careful, the pink batons pack a painful punch. Painful pink baton pack painful punch. My gosh. The body of the colony is composed of several rows of swimming bells, or nectophores, which give it significant power of locomotion plus a gas bubble, or pneumatophore, which holds the colony upright by flotation. This jellyfish dances an exquisite ballet of lunges and twirls as it swims. Physophora hydrostatica is common in all the world's open oceans, in shallow or deep water, and occasionally drifts into coastal locations where we all marvel in its strangeness and beauty, or cry in agony if we get too close. Does it really hurt that bad? It's also considered a colony, meaning that it's a bunch of organisms, which I'm pretty sure means it's not a real jellyfish. though there are a lot of quote-unquote fake jellyfish that are organisms, such as the Man of War, which is also one of my favorites. They're very pretty, and also the most alien-looking. Anyway, the colony height is 4 3/4 inches or 12 centimeters.
I'm really hoping I'm saying these fractions right. It's really giving me a headache. Anyway.
The bullet jelly, also known as the Mogia atlantica. Mogia atlantica is a funny little fella. At first glance, if you're lucky enough to see one at all, it gives the impression of a transparent, rugged bullet. And indeed, it uses its bullet shape to shoot around in its watery domain. But a closer examination reveals so much more. Most of its rigid body is occupied by an enormous cavity. Each pulsation of the body forces water in and out, providing a strong jet propulsion. At the posterior end of its body, on one side lies a small gelatinous extension with a small pocket. Nestled inside the small concavity is an entire colony, all feeding, breeding, and stinging members arranged in a long tentacle when unfurled.
And that's all it says for that one. I actually wish there was more about the bullet jelly, actually. It's really interesting. I might have to do my own research later. Don't look at me, I'm not gonna tell you what I found. Do it yourself.
Oh, and the body length is 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters. The fluted jellyfish, also known as the class Staramedusae. These little jellyfish are unable to swim, instead spending their life affixed to rocks or seaweed. They attach by means of a sticky foot, which connects to the body by a long stalk. The body is goblet-shaped and rimmed by 8 arms, each bearing a tuft of fine tentacles. Staramedusae come in a variety of striking colors and patterns, which helps camouflage them in intertidal and shallow subtidal habitats. Fewer than 100 species are known worldwide. Remarkably, being stuck to the seabed doesn't mean that they don't move around when necessary. Staramedusae simply bend over to one side, use their tentacles to stick to a surface, and somersault away. Their body length can grow to 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters. The helmet jelly, also known as the Paraphila paraphila. Also known as Santa's hat jellyfish, Paraphila paraphila is common throughout the deep seas of the world, living in the part of the open ocean often called the mesopelagic or twilight zone, which is so deep in fact that even at high noon, light only penetrates faintly. Here, when disturbed, P. paraphila provides a glittering light show with faint blue twinkles around its body. Its dark stomach, however, is believed to mask the bioluminescent flashes of ingested prey, giving their last cry of help before succumbing. Overfishing in the deep dark habitats of Norwegian fjords has enabled P. paraphila to invade and take over the role of top predator, preventing fish populations from being re-established. The body height of the helmet jellyfish can grow to 14 inches or 35 centimeters. One of my favorite jellyfish is actually the Atolla jellyfish, which I'm pretty sure is a cousin to this helmet jellyfish. They're really similar, if not the same, I think. Yeah, it's like awesome. The crystal jelly, also known as the Aquaria victoria. The crystal jelly, native to West Coast Canada's British Columbia, drifts motionless on marine currents with its long, fine tentacles streaming out behind. Its humble and elegant appearance belies a splendid secret. Many jellies are bioluminescent. They produce their own light, and some are fluorescent, reflecting light when stimulated by an external source. But the crystal jelly is both. At night, it reacts to disturbance with a bright blue flash, bioluminescence, while tiny dots of brilliant green around the margin can be stimulated by ultraviolet light, fluorescence. The green fluorescent protein, GFP, involved in the fluorescence has been harvested and synthesized from these small dots. It is now a critically important part of neurological and developmental research, earning its discoverers a Nobel Prize in 2008. The average size of the bell diameter can grow 4 3/4 inches or 12 centimeters. The Lagoon Jelly, also known as the Mystigius papua.
My favorite!
The Lagoon Jelly is both amusing and amazing. Its golden body seems to dance as it swims about by rapid pulsations, and this beautiful species is also safe to swim with. The Mystigius papua is found throughout the western Pacific Ocean, including the inland marine lakes of the Palau archipelago. Here, at least 5 different subspecies each inhabit their own lakes. Separated from predators, these isolated populations of M. papua have lost the need to defend themselves. Likewise, the species lives in symbiosis with microscopic algae as coral do, so it does not kill prey. As a result, over evolutionary time, it has lost its stinging cells. The Lagoon Jelly is now just a harmless agriculturalist farming the algae that feed it. The bell diameter of these jellies can grow to 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters. The Mangrove Box Jellyfish, also known as the Tripodelia cystiphora. What the mangrove box jellyfish lacks in size, the diminutive species makes up for it in its fascinating biology and ecology. Its native habitat is tropical mangroves, where it uses shafts of light to hunt down copepods or tiny crustaceans, and other plankton. Tripodelia cystiphora is an agile swimmer thanks to its well-developed eyes. On each of the 4 flat sides of its cube-shaped body, it possesses a knob of 6 eyes. The central 2 are complex with a lens, retina, and cornea, both facing inward, one toward the mouth and the other upwards toward the mangroves. The other 4 are mainly light sensory. Despite having no brain, it easily navigates these complex environments, swimming in a pattern between the mangrove roots in its hunt for daily sustenance. The bell height is half an inch or 13 millimeters. The gooseberry, also known as a pleurobrachia. The ever-delightful sea gooseberries are unmistakable due to their transparent spherical body, swimming through the water by means of 8 rows of rainbow-emitting locomotory cilia. But when they stop, magic happens. Emerging through 2 sheaths pointing backwards in the body, 2 long tentacles expand and unfurl into marvelous feathery structures, which may appear whimsical to us humans, but are actually a killing field for small plankton. Each tentilium, or side branch of the tentacles, is studded with 1,000 microscopic, spring-loaded sticky cells, which pleurobrachia use to ensnare their prey. But the tentacles face away from the mouth, making food transfer difficult. Pleurobrachia solved this dilemma by somersaulting until the tentacles carrying the prey swipes across their mouth. The body length of the sea gooseberry can grow to 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. The white cross jelly, also known as the Starostoma falklandica. Hydromedusae or water jellies are genuinely remarkable for being unremarkable. That is, as a rule, they are typically small and fairly plain. But Starostoma falklandica is anything but plain and small. It is by far the largest of the Hydromedusae, reaching the size of a dinner plate. Its most obvious feature, other than the size, is a conspicuous cross spanning the entire bell. Most Hydromedusae have a cross formed by radical canals, internal vessels, and the reproductive organs with the mouth at the intersection. But in the S. falklandica, the whole cross is formed into a giant mouth. Originally from the Falkland Islands, S. falklandica is now an invasive species throughout southern Australia, poised to terrorize the local salmon farming industry. The bell diameter of the white cross jelly can grow to 14 inches or 13 centimeters. I kind of like this one actually. It's familiar to me, but also unknown. The appearance is very plain, but also kind of comforting in a way. Soothing, I guess. I'm also trying to imagine the size, being a dinner plate and 14 inches. That is a big jellyfish compared to more common species. Can you believe it, guys? We've read about 24 species, which the last one will end with 25. We're almost at the end, actually right before the end. Sorry if I sound tired. Coincidentally, I'm reading it literally at the end of the day, so yeah. Now this is our last jellyfish for today. The by-the-wind sailor, or the Valella. Organisms living in the air-water interface must contend with both terrestrial and aquatic factors such as temperature, salinity, and drying out. But those who have a sail that sticks up into the air lead to an especially dangerous existence. Utterly at the mercy of the winds and breeze, either the wind dies down or drives the jellies to their death. Nature has a ploy, however, for ensuring that only a fraction of the Valella population is stranded and lost at one time. On the high seas, V. valella is either right or left-handed depending on how the crest is angled obliquely along the main body axes. For example, if the jelly is left-handed, then the crest runs from upper left to lower right along the body. When a breeze arises, it pushes only those with the crest oriented for the corresponding angle. The float length can grow to 4 inches or 10 centimeters. Alright, and that concludes the jellyfish that I read about today.
Thank you for joining me on this stupendous adventure, learning about jellyfish.
But seriously, I had a lot of fun making this video, putting 2 and 2 together, jellyfish and art. I got to make a video that I enjoyed. Thank you if you stuck around to this outro. I know I already made a video celebrating my 3K, but I really want to say it. Thank you so much for 3,250 subscribers. Hopefully you'll be seeing more content from me. I can't promise anything though. Bye-bye!
It's gonna be so ass.
Hello, say hi.
Hello.
Are so otherworldly and luminous. It is no wonder that they are often compared to the mystical. Fuck. What? They are truly biologically immortal. No. They are truly biologically immortal. When the. They're truly. Okay. They are truly biologically immortal. When the jellyfish dies, its cell is the upside down jellyfish.
My boob is breathing.
The upside down. The upside down.